Royal Commissions are strange beasts. They're complicated, they're costly. It's a heavy-handed instrument. Royal Commissions normally look at past wrongs and institutional failures. This one is looking at opening the door to a future mistake. Some people say that a Royal Commission has been picked to show that the Premier and the South Australian Government is serious about this and to show some level of gravitas. Others say that it's been picked because the issue here that is being considered and being promoted is illegal under South Australian law. Uranium enrichment, reprocessing, nuclear power, national and international waste dumps are unlawful under a range of South Australian and national laws. So a Royal Commission is a way to avoid that pressure. The Commission process is in train now. Commissioner Kevin Scarce is taking evidence, presenting papers, doing the rounds in Australia and internationally, listening to industry and other stakeholders. But it's really important that the Commission listen to your voice and to the community. The Commission must listen to the community. It's concerning to the Australian Conservation Foundation and to others, our colleagues like Friends of the Earth and Conservation Council of South Australia, that this Commission is canvassing a range of ideas which are dangerous, which are unsustainable and which are unsafe. But it's important to be clear about what the Commission's really about. It's not about uranium, not about uranium mining at all. Nothing the Commission says or do will make a difference to uranium mining in South Australia. That will be made by community social licence and commodity price. This Commission, there'll be a lot of talk about nuclear power, but it's not really about nuclear power. Nuclear power in South Australia is high risk and high cost. It would take many, many years. It is no solution to reducing carbon emissions. South Australia already leads Australia in renewables. And renewables are the fastest growing energy sector on earth. Why would South Australia make a decision to lose market position, to lose national leadership in the fastest growing energy sector, to try and kickstart a shrinking energy sector in the form of nuclear? So we get to the real game here. And this Commission, many people have described it as a toxic Trojan horse, because the real concern is opening the door to international waste dumping in South Australia. Radioactive waste remains the Achilles heel of the nuclear industry. Nuclear power companies use uranium to generate nuclear electricity. They're left behind with vast and growing mountains of high-level radioactive waste. And after 7 decades of assurances, promises, reports, funding, after 7 decades of failed sites, not one country on earth has a final disposal site for radioactive waste of a high-level nature. And so companies are looking around the world to Australia and particularly to South Australia. Many are watching, many are pushing. The door in South Australia is closed now to international nuclear waste dumping. We need to keep it that way. The next period is pivotal. We need to engage and track with the Commission process. We need to speak to our friends and others in our community and make our voice and our position clear. Because decisions, as we all know, are often and largely based on politics. We need to make sure that the Commission, but particularly our politicians, all of them, hear loud and clear our concerns and our objections, our desire to see renewables grow and radiation shrink, our desire to see a safer, cleaner future. This next period is pivotal in sending those messages, and your voice, your pen, your keyboard, your connections, that's the mechanism for sending that message.